topic, Master, great fellow Toastmasters, and our honored guests. What would you say if your child came home from the 8th grade and they said, yay, I made an 81. That's the highest I've ever made. Or your child was in the 7th grade and they said, yay, I made a 78. Or if he was in the 6th grade and he said, yay, I made a 70%. Or if you had one in the 5th grade and they said, yay, I made a 79%. Or one was in the 7th grade and he said, yay, I made a 78%. Or maybe he was in the 8th grade and he made a 61%. Would you be happy? You have to be, because you're from Arkansas. And these are the scores that our children are making on the benchmark test. What do we say in Arkansas? Thank God for Mississippi. So that we're not the last one of the total vote. Many of you have in front of you the benchmark scores from 2009. It tells us that our children are having trouble doing math. It tells us that our children are having trouble reading a book. The simple things that they need to be successful in this country. The simple things that they need to make this country successful. Our children from Arkansas are lagging behind. Now, I can show you some places where some schools, they're even pointing out that this is the 5th year that they have not come up to par in the No Child Left Behind. But what about those children that passed with their 78s? In the state that scores the lowest, or one of the lowest, thank God for Mississippi, in the national test. This is a state test. The benchmark test is a state test. The state gives it. Each state has a different benchmark. So in our own test, the best we can do is get an 81. And we say, thank God for Mississippi. Because we're not doing it. Our children are not coming up. Our children are not adding right. Now, you say, well, my child is doing right. Yeah, but where's your child going to work? Because what Fortune 500 company is going to come here when his vice president, his number one vice president say, I can't go there. I got 2 little children I got to look out for. I can't send my children to Arkansas to get there. I might be doing well with my job, but what's my children going to do? They're going to grow from straight A students in a good state where education means something to straight A's to where, hey, 81 is something to celebrate. We celebrating 81 in math. It's worse than if I had told you about the literacy. So what are we going to do here? I propose that if each one of us took 5 children outside of our own and made sure that they were up to par with math, made sure that they could read, made sure that they could read out loud, because there's a difference between reading and reading out loud. Because when you read out loud, then all the ums and ers and where was I at comes to part. Me, myself, I've already started. I go to Sherwood Elementary. I got to be there at 2 o'clock. And I read to 2nd graders and a 3rd grade class and a 4th grade class. I have some of my classmates reading at Bellwood. They're going there just to increase their love for reading. I'm dealing with math later. But you know, you got to be up to par with math. You have to get something other than algebra to teach algebra. Because if all you know is algebra, you will be lost in algebra. When you're dealing with little kids, I have 3. They often come time and they bring it to me and they test my manhood. When they say, what's the answer to this? Oh, hold on, let me go to the men's room. I'll be right back. And I go in there and I pray and I get my calculator out and I try to figure it out. And then I come out, oh, that's easy. This is what you do. But we all have to do something. We all have to take responsibility for our state, for the children of our state. We could bring Whitney Houston up here and she could sing, I believe that the children are the future. If that's our future, I'm going to stay in the past. I'll stay where children get taught how to read and how to write and how to do their arithmetic. The 3 R's that have died long time ago. I'll stay in the past if that's what the future is. If we go celebrate 81%, I have 2 children that I do not allow to make B's. I have one, he won. He can make C's. But I got 2 that I tell him, hey, 2 out of 3 is the best I can go for. So I tell him, you can't make A's. And I told him this morning as I dropped him off. Being a B student in this state, that don't mean very much. When you go out and you take the ACT scores, which is not based on Arkansas knowledge, and then where you at? So I say to each and every one of you, is 81% something that you're going to celebrate, or are you going to do better? Not thank God for Mississippi, thank God for each one of you.